like this when you're initially set up. I cut some of the wind. The light is great. Oh, yeah. I'm in the lovely little village of Harrington, Alberta today, and I'm going to take you through the steps of me setting up my large format camera and taking a photograph. One of the things that I do even before I take my camera out is I set up my tripod and pre-visualize the photograph that I'm going to take. So level is one of the most important things when you're shooting with a large format camera. I use a level on my camera all the time, and that's super important for large format photography because then you can set up and get all the parallel lines straight and correct. I'm shooting with a 120mm lens here, which is about a 35. So after I have my camera set up, one of the first things I do is my initial composition. Take a look, I find out where I want. I know I have the parallel lines straight. So that's one of the beauties of shooting large format photography, is that all your parallel lines will be straight and nothing will be converging. You won't get those weird lines that are converging towards the top. After I have my initial composition, then I go in for the close focus. One of the important things that I do is after I make my initial focus, after I focus, then I lock down the focus on the camera as well. That way it's not going to go in and out anymore.
In my initial composition with the camera level, I had the top of the building cut off because the camera back is parallel to it. So by rising the front, we get the building into the frame.
When you move the lens up, it actually moves the photograph so that then I can now get the top of the building into the picture. Anytime you've done a movement, you always want to recheck the focus. Everything is set and locked down. You close the preview lever. One of the things you want to always do is you want to cock the shutter and fire it. That prevents you from putting the film in and then having this preview lever open and accidentally exposing the film. I then analyze the scene. I take a look around. I look for either gray or my shadows or highlights or wherever I'm going to meter, and then I figure out my exposure reading. And again, after I've taken the photograph, I always make sure that the black is facing out so that I know that the film has been exposed there. And that's it. I do my steps the same all the time. You repeat them, you get into a habit, and then you don't make mistakes and you don't waste film.
And then driving around the prairies, I came across this great scene of all these silver grain bins poking up in the sky and the storm clouds rolling over. It was a straightforward shot. I set the camera up, I leveled it off. It needed some front rise to put the bins at the bottom third of the frame. After I locked the camera down, I went in and did the final focus and the final composition on the image. I took the meter reading, and the meter reading was easy off the gray grain bins, and then I set the shutter speed and the aperture, put the film holder in, and took the photograph using yellow filter on a 150mm lens, and that was the final image.
So that's my process in shooting large format photography. I hope you enjoyed that little glimpse into how I work. You can see one little movement opens up a whole new range of possibilities for you. You don't get those converging lines, you can straighten things out. It really makes a difference. So I hope you enjoyed that little glimpse of how I work. Don't forget to subscribe, like, send me a comment, and also one of the biggest secrets in photography is just getting out and shooting. Cheers.